Please make your way kindly to the side.
州长今天的新春都来纽约。
1, 2, 3, 4 德庄啊。老师是谁？
Good evening, everyone. I'm Congresswoman Grace Manning, and it's such an honor to be here with all of you once again, and welcome to our district here at the Flushing Town Hall. We're thrilled to be with all of you as we once again welcome our Governor, Kathy Hochul, back home here to Flushing and to Queens. Our governor is no stranger to the borough of Queens, and especially to our Asian American and Flushing, Greater Flushing community. We're so thankful that she is always on our side, always reaches out, whether in times of need or times of joy. She has celebrated the happiest of moments with our community, having been there for multiple of our Lunar New Year parades, our Lunar New Year celebrations, and has also stood by our side, comforting our community as we have gone through the past few years of a rise in hate and bias against our community. We are grateful for the governor's historic leadership for our state, having appointed Asian Americans at the highest level of government, like our Commissioner Jeanette Moy, my constituent. We're so proud of leaders like her who show the little girls and the young people, like the ones you just saw perform, that they too can be leaders and that their voices matter and that they are just as important as everyone else. We are grateful for the governor having helped allocate millions of dollars, historic, unprecedented levels of funding to our community organizations. And so I'm thrilled to be here once again as we officially welcome our governor, Kathy Hochul, back home to Queens. Please welcome her.
Good evening, everyone. It is so wonderful to be back here once again. I've marched in the Lunar New Year Parade countless years in some really cold weather many times as we launch here from Flushing, and also the parades that we have in Chinatown. But throughout it all, I've just so treasured the opportunity to speak to this community directly, to give my admiration for all of you and your commitment to carrying on the great traditions, the culture, the music, the entertainment. And in that vein, I do want to thank KCS for the wonderful drumming performance. Let's give them a round of applause. And Teacher She and all her children for the wonderful dance they just did. I have the wonderful young people who are carrying it on with the great traditions and the stories here. But I also know about this community. You have extraordinary leaders. And I have known Grace Mom since I was back in Congress. She wasn't quite there yet, but over a decade ago. And I want to thank her for her extraordinary leadership during some difficult times in our nation's capital. She is always out there being a voice for underserved communities, a voice for her people, and certainly a voice for the AAPI community, of which there are just not enough representatives. And so, Grace, I want to thank you for all you do for this community and for our deep friendship. Also, we have some great council members here. I want to thank Councilor Sandra Ung. You'll be hearing from her in a couple minutes, and also Councilwoman Linda Lee, who've become great friends of mine as well. So we As we speak about the challenges that lie ahead, yes, it's great to talk about what Lunar New Year means. It's a wonderful time to celebrate, but also we have to recognize that many of our AAPI communities have been hit hard. And they need to know that they have elected leaders who understand, how vile it can be to be discriminated against because of who you are. And the fear that's engendered when people are walking our streets and sometimes taking our subways, just completely innocent, but now there's this pervasive sense of fear. I want everyone in this community to know that I understand that deeply to my core. That is why, since I've been governor for the last 18 months, we have focused intensely on this. Working with our mayor to add more police in the subways and have cameras and more ways to make sure that people feel safe and are safe. as well as funding of upwards of $20 million for AAPI organizations in the communities to make sure that they can do what they need to do to make sure they are protected. But I will stand with you side by side, shoulder to shoulder, and call out all acts of discrimination, hate crimes, and acts of violence, because standing together, we are a powerful, powerful voice, and you have my commitment to continue as well there. And I want to thank everybody for helping us celebrate, for some the Year of the Cat, for others it's the Year of the Rabbit. And what this says is that we're heading into a year of great prosperity and a year of hope. And we can never give up that sense of hope. And during the pandemic, yes, this community in particular has had a spectacular year. Again, happy Lunar New Year to all. And with that, let me bring up our great council member, Sandra
Coming to Flushing to ring in the Year of the Rabbit. Governor Hochul is no stranger to our community, and we are thrilled to have her here in Flushing to continue a tradition that's been celebrated over 4,000 years around the world. The past year has not been easy for the Asian American community. During the pandemic, we saw a surge in anti-Asian hate crimes and continue to face challenges in the year ahead as we work to make our community safe for everyone. Events like the one we are holding today help recognize and celebrate the rich diversity of New York City and send a message to immigrant New Yorkers that they have an important place in our city and our state. Regardless of where your family comes from, New York is your home. For my own family, Lunar New Year is still the most important time of the year, both on Lunar New Year and on the days following it. Throughout Lunar New Year period, we gather with friends, family, and loved ones and reflect on the year. So I'm so happy to see all of you here today. This year is the Year of the Water Rabbit, which symbolizes longevity, peace, and prosperity. A year of hope. Personally, I'm entering this year full of hope for the future of Flushing and look forward to working with our Governor, our Congresswoman Grace Meng, our City Councilmember Linda Lee to secure a prosperous future for every resident of the 20th District and all of Flushing and all of Queens. And Governor, thank you again for hosting this lovely celebration. I look forward to having you next year when we celebrate the Year of the Dragon. Thank you.